Animal care on a homestead does not have to take 30 minutes to an hour. Of course, it does depend on how many animals that you do have. The more animals you have, the different times of years, things like that, it can be longer. We have 40 total animals, 5 different types. So I was just counting like number of bodies that I keep alive. And we have 40, and it only takes me on average 5 minutes a day. I don't have to do every task every day. I have a lot of things automized. I have gravity feeders and other things that make these tasks go by much quicker, and I don't have to spend as much time on them. So what I'm going to show you today is just a snapshot of all the different chores that I have to complete. These aren't things that I actually do every day. Some things are, some are not, since they're not really necessary. A lot of the tasks just involve looking at it. So stick around and see how I make animal care as easy as possible on a homestead. Currently, the types of animals that we have on our farm are Jersey milk cows. We have 5 of them. Chickens, 40 plus. They are a mixed breed, free range chickens. We have 2 horses. They are actually up the lane at my in-laws right now. So my in-laws tame and train wild mustangs. And Dannon and I just got 2 from them. And we are about to move them over to our place, but we're going to go on a quick trip, and while we are gone, they're going to stay with the other horses up there. And then the next thing we have are our dogs. They're just snuggle dogs. We have 2, and then my dad has 2. We sometimes take care of all of them depending on whether my dad is feeling well or is home. And then our cats, we have 2 cats, great misers and great snugglers. Our first stop is here at the cow water. We're just making sure that it is still full. We do have a float on it. This float has worked wonderfully. You can see that it screws into the water tub. So we do like that because that's a really secure positioning. It's kept our water tub full, no issues. We still like to check it daily because it would be a disaster if something did happen, and every once in a while, we unscrew the hose to do things like drive around through here, so it is still good to check it daily. I think our next stop is to put this baby down so she can play, and then we'll head over to the chicken house. Miriam loves to be put down on a quilt with a few toys on them. She loves being outside. I would put her straight on the grass, but she would eat it, so we can't do that. She loves watching me do chores and looking at the animals, so this is a good spot for her to hang out. Next, we come to the chicken house. The door is open because these are free-range chickens. We are closing it overnight because we have 4 different mamas with some babies that are sleeping in here. And it is a little dangerous if the chickens do sleep in here overnight to not shut the door because a predator could trap them in there, especially when they are sleeping in the nesting box with their chicks. So we open this door and all of the chicks come out with their mama, and they will spend the rest of their day outside for the most part. We are feeding them some pellets so they don't just eat insects. This is some game bird pellets. It's wonderful for the chicks. They aren't in here right now. I will go ahead and fill this the rest of the way. This isn't a daily task because normally they don't eat the whole thing daily. I just try to keep it pretty topped off. And then here's the chicken water. I just lift this up real quick and I see that it's pretty light. So I am going to go ahead and fill this. First, I'm going to dump out some of this muddier water, and I'm going to fill this. So what I'll do is I'll go get the grain, dump it in, and then use that bucket to fill up that water. We're walking to go get grain. You can barely see Miriam over there. She's still happy, so we are good to go. Let's go get the chicken food. At this time, we are storing our grain in this trailer just until we finish getting our shop built, which we're working on over there. The only reason this works is because we have these tubs from the Home Depot that help make sure no rainwater gets in there. Otherwise, it would get wet. It also helps with the rats, though you can see that one of them did manage to get in there. While I put some game bird pellets in the chicken house for the baby chicks. I am also going to get some cracked corn, just a little bit to spread to the other chickens, just to keep them coming to me and so I can count them. It also is a nice supplement for their diet. Here are the mamas coming back up to the chicken house from being out in the field. I think that they know I have grain with me. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and dump this in. Doesn't matter if I spill some because the chicks can eat it off the ground just fine. I dip the chicken water just out of the cow's tub. I find that this is the easiest way, and it ensures that I go ahead and refill it most days because it is so easy and I don't have to turn on a hose or anything. The hardest part is carrying it to the chicken house. That stick to put it on just so that it won't get too much dirt on it. Yeah, not that it actually matters. It's all full, feed's full. Next, let's collect the eggs. The good old short basket. The reason I like to do this is because then I don't forget a basket ever. I always have one. So we usually get about 8 to 9 eggs a day, and I might as well collect them while I'm here. They'll lay some more throughout the day, but I can always collect those in the morning or tonight when I shed the babies in. Next, I'm going to feed the cows. This is not something I do every day because they have plenty of grass. I only feed them just a little bit of grain, just enough to keep them coming to me. Using the bucket to step over the electric fence is really helpful. I'm looking to the day that I end up getting shocked. So I feed them in these troughs. The biggest reason that I feed them when they don't really need it is to continue to mess with them. These are milk cows, and I would like to be able to milk them in the future. They are not producing milk right now. They've already dried up. But next year, I'm hoping to milk them. So I'm going to just take a minute to touch each of them and make sure that they are still used to me messing with them. Our newest calf is right over here. She is not yet used to me messing with her, so she won't let me touch her very long. I don't have to feed them to mess with them. They actually let me touch them quite a bit in the field, but feeding them ensures that I have a good interaction with them. I also took some time to feed our ponies treats over at my in-laws' house. This is a task I'm going to start doing daily, especially once I move them down to our place. It is just really good to interact with them and make sure that they feel comfortable coming to me. A big part of being able to ride them safely is them being used to you and letting you pet them. All of their ponies came up, including our other horse, Blue, which had a bunch of mats in his mane, which I had to work to get out. But I went ahead and gave him a treat too. Next, we come to the inside pets. I refilled our cat's gravity feeder, and I do give them wet food almost daily. Dannon had to talk me into getting this automatic kitty litter cleaner, and I am so thankful that we did. Today, I took some time to refill it with some kitty litter mix. You just take the lid right off and dump it through this top hole. That's pretty much the only action you have to do with this other than dumping out the tray of dirty litter every couple weeks. This has been a wonderful way to cut down on daily tasks because now we don't have to worry about cleaning the kitty litter every day. To clean it, all you have to do is push a button and then it cleans itself. So you can see that it just rotates. All the clean litter goes is filtered through, the dirty litter would come out even though it was already clean. The reason it was already clean is because I have it set up to automatically clean on my phone. So there's an app that you can get which allows you to set up automatic cleaning for your kitty litter. It also lets you see how often your pets use the litter, and this has been such a great feature, especially when Dannon and I are traveling. Moving on to the dogs, I fill up their gravity feeder outside, and then I check their gravity water that is inside. For dinner, the dogs ate some cooked ground beef that I had made. We had some extra ground beef that was getting old in our freezer, and so I went ahead and cooked it up. You wouldn't have to cook it up, but because they are eating inside, I feel better feeding them cooked meat. I think it also could be better for them. I'm not sure, but mostly it's just because I didn't want them to eat gross raw meat on our floor inside.
All right, let's do it, Tom. Serve it up, serve it up. All right, Pato, chocolate. Here's a Khalid. Here's a Khalid. Here's a baby. Come here. Come here. Right there. Oh, there's Papa Bell. There's Papa Bell. Oh, there's Papa Bell. Oh, yeah. Come here, Pato. That's a good dog. That's what we do around the Rose house. Rose country.
Hi, Gab. There you go. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed a little look at what our chores look like right now. This is just a snapshot as we continue to grow and learn, and we hope you come along for the ride. So please subscribe and leave me a comment about any tips you have for making homesteading animal care a little easier, and if there was anything in this video that stood out to you. Thank you.